Hey guys, it's Pebbles. I'm gonna talk to you today about 5 of my favorite weird ingredients that I never used before going plant-based slash vegan. So let's get down to it. These are 5 things that I never would have used because they're honestly kind of weird, but they have really awesome uses in cooking. And if you haven't already tried them, you should totally consider it because you can get great results and some results that you wouldn't be able to get with any other product. So let's dive right in. Item number 1 is Agar. So this is a powder. It also comes in flakes, and this is a type of algae, and it makes things sort of gelatinous, which sounds really gross. I know I'm not selling this well, but so ideas of things that you can make with this. I have made vegan jello shots. Yes, I have. You mix the powder with alcohol and some sort of mixer, and it firms up really firm, and then you could just nom on it. I made some Red Bull flavored ones, and I used some different flavored things. I made some really cute ones and little halves of oranges, but the thing to keep in mind is that, or that I didn't know, but I did learn, is that they will just sort of melt over time in your refrigerator. So you want to eat them right after you bake them. Other things you can make, I have a good mayo recipe that uses agar, and it gets a really nice texture that's actually very mayo-like. I'll show you a picture of that. And then you can also make, I've seen a few, I haven't tried them yet, but it's on my list to try. There are some vegan cheeses that use agar. I think Anya from Cooking with Plants has one that has been on my to-do list forever that I need to actually get around with, and I'll link that in the description below. So agar, or called agar. This is the powder, and there's also flakes, but the measurements are different. When possible, you want to get the powder, and I can just get it at an Asian food market. Probably get it on Amazon, or there's lots of places. So give it a try. Thing 2 is Aquafaba. Now I know this just looks really gross, but this is the liquid from the inside of a can of garbanzo beans. So that kind of viscous, snotty goo that you just pour down the drain. It's actually very cool stuff. So if you haven't used it, this is just stuff I pulled out of a can. You can use it as kind of an egg wash if you're battering something. So like if you're gonna make cauliflower buffalo wings, you might dip the cauliflower in aquafaba, this stuff, and then put it in like panko or cornmeal or something, and then air fry it, and then dip it in your buffalo sauce. That works really well. It kind of will grip onto things like that. It acts a little bit like an egg, or an egg wash, or egg whites is a very common substitution for it. Probably the most common way that I use it is just adding a little bit of thickness and texture to soups. So, and the way that I do that is I just don't pour it out. I also use the aquafaba when I make hummus. So instead of using oil, I use aquafaba in that, and then blend it, and it's really smooth and creamy, but without adding the extra fat and calories from oil. So that's a good use. And then the other really cool thing about it is you can take this and you can whip it into like a puffy meringue stage and use that also as a substitute in muffins. There's a cookbook from the America's Test Kitchen, and they did a bunch of different tests, and apparently using whipped aquafaba as a substitute for eggs in your vegan baking is a really good idea. I don't really bake, so I wouldn't know. But you can also use the whipped stuff to make sort of like frozen dessert type things. I've done that. You do have to add quite a bit of sweetener. This stuff doesn't have a ton of flavor, but usually, unless you get the unsalted kind, it can be a little bit salty, so you have to add a lot of stuff to it. But what I'll do is I'll show you in my KitchenAid what it looks like when you whip it up. So let's take a look at that. when I did try to bake in the past and use eggs, I could never get them to whip up that easily. So give it a try. It's kind of fun. And hey, it's an ingredient that you were going to throw out anyway, so it pays to play around with that one. Okay, next on the list of weird ingredients that I never used before going plant-based is black salt. And I don't have the original container for this one, and it looks like I actually need to order more. But this is something that is commonly used in Indian dishes. And you can see it's more pink. It's not actually black in color, but it is great for tofu scrambles. I use it a lot in tofu scrambles. Making like a potato salad, giving it kind of that hard-boiled egg potato flavor in that. I just made some today and it was delicious. And little deviled potatoes. Those, it really just seals the deal and make it awesome. So if egg flavor is something that you ever kind of miss from a plant-based lifestyle, black salt is your friend. I got this at an Indian grocery nearby, but you can also order it on Amazon. It is sometimes called, oh god, I'm going to have to look it up. It's NAMAK or NAMAK. Black salt. It's called black salt. Sorry. But it's a great purchase, and it will replace that eggy flavor and things. You can also make like a frittata or all kinds of things. It is a great secret weapon for that, and a lot of traditional Indian recipes call for it as well. So we're on to the next one on the list, which is one of my favorites, and this is called Flavacol. And this is, I'm gonna be real, this is not necessarily a super healthy ingredient. This is one of those things that is a lesser of evils or a good, better, best kind of thing where you do the best you can. So one of the things that I miss the most about a plant-based diet is butter. Is it buttery tasting, like actual butter? And I've heard people say like, oh, these beans taste so buttery. No, they taste like beans. So that butter flavor is something that I really miss, or I did until I got this Flavacol. Now, you know how some popcorn is accidentally vegan. Some like movie theater popcorn or like popcorn at Disneyland or things like that. What makes that taste so good and buttery but still be vegan is usually a combination of coconut oil that they cook it with and Flavacol, which is also called sometimes popcorn salt. And the ingredients for it, so it's salt, it's ground really fine, which helps it to adhere to popcorn. And then the other ingredients are artificial flavor and artificial colors, which that's why I say it's not particularly a healthy product, because it is salt and artificial flavors and colors, but it helps me meet my weight loss goals and my health goals a lot more than actual butter or even vegan butter would. So this has been a great product for me. I use it primarily on corn and potatoes because those tend to be the things that I really want that buttery flavor with. So on popcorn, air popped popcorn, or in mashed potatoes, awesome in mashed potatoes. On corn, so if I'm eating some corn, putting a little bit of this on it, just like it has butter on it, has that buttery taste. Anything that I would want to kind of add a little bit of butter to, by making like a buffalo sauce, just a little bit of this. Again, anything where there's maybe a little butter flavor desired. Instead of using regular salt, I'll use this salt. And it is salty, same with the black salt, so you have to be aware that you're not adding too much salt and making your dish too salty. So I won't add any other added salt, and I'll kind of be aware of those things around using those two products. But it really does give a delicious buttery flavor to things, and is one of my kind of secret ingredients. And I don't always say when I've used it, because I don't know, it sounds weird, so I'll just say it had salt in it, but it's just my special salt. And then the top number one ingredient that I never used or never even knew of, but now couldn't live without, is, of course, everybody say it with me, nutritional yeast. But nutritional yeast to me sounds kind of gross. It just, nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast. Say it a couple times. It'll sound gross to you too. The common nickname for this product is Nooch, which I also think sounds kind of gross, or like, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. Nutritional yeast is really long and kind of gross. Nooch just doesn't do it for me. So the name that I came up with for this product is Food Glitter. And I think it's a perfect name. It is gold. It smells so good. It's gold and flakes, and you kind of sprinkle it on anything like glitter, and like glitter, it makes just about everything better. In this case, it tastes better. And so food glitter is what I call it, and I kind of have this theory that if I just keep calling it food glitter, eventually it will catch on and other people will call it food glitter. So feel free, if you think nooch or nutritional yeast sounds disgusting, please feel free to use food glitter and add food glitter to your food, because then it makes it sparkly and wonderful and delicious and amazing. People put food glitter on lots of things. My favorite uses for it are in cheesy sauces, also on popcorn. That's very popular, both with people who are plant-based and people who aren't will say that they like this on their popcorn, because it is just really delicious. And I make a dressing that is amazing that I call my golden glitter dressing, and that is golden garlic glitter dressing, because it is this and garlic and liquid aminos and some other stuff, but it is just so savory and umami and just delicious. So those are some of my favorite uses for this stuff, and I hope that if you haven't tried all of these, maybe one of them will be a new product that you want to try. If you have any questions about using them or where to find them or anything like that, just let me know. Some of them I use less. Agar I'm less experienced with, but some of the other things I'm more experienced with, but I'd be happy to help you either way. So enjoy, have fun. Thanks for watching.